Hey everybody, it's Mike Jones again from the Connection Games and Comics with round 2 for my April 19th booster draft. My opponent today is Jian. In round 2, he's playing a Simic deck with a Gruul Splash, same as he did last week. I lose the dice roll here. And draw our hands. Last week I drew 8 cards against Jian, so I'm being very careful not to do that this week. It looks like I got a decent opening hand here. Looks like a Basilica Screecher and a 4 land, so plus Basilica Guards. So I got a 2 and a 3. Things are moving along pretty quickly here, so I'll lead out with the Screecher. And he leads off with Verdant Haven, putting him at 22. So he's ramping. And we draw another Basilica Screecher. So change of plans, let's play the other Screecher and extort. And swing with the one, puts him back to 20 and me to 21. And now he's thinking for a bit, how do I want to do this? Ha. Which way? There we go. And he plays another Verdant Haven on his Forced. So it puts him back to 22 and taps that for 2 and puts out a Frilled Oculus. Again, sorry about the glare. We'll try and fix that next week. Maybe I just play without sleeves. Maybe that'll help, maybe not. I think the angle, maybe. Alright, so 4 mana. Let's get that Basilica Guards out there. Extort once. Swing with my 2 flyers. Gets him down to 19. Plays a Forest. What's that other card in my hand? I got Aerial Maneuver. Oh, Rust Scarab. That's pretty big. Kinda scary. And he says go. Alright, let's get in there with the flyers. Puts him to 17. And I think the big scary Rust Scarab has to go away. I don't want to let him untap and potentially have a counter spell. So in response, he rapid hybridizes his Rust Scarab, turns it in. We took a little while to find a token there. He puts his 3/3 Frog Lizard into play, which I can block, which is still a better trade for me. He admitted later in the game he probably should have let that resolve, save the rapid hybridization. There's a Crowned Ceratok, and he comes in with a 3/3 and a 1/3. I block the 3/3 with my 1/4 and take the 1 damage. He's thinking about whether he wants to pump or not. And he casts Pit Fight to take out my wall. So now I have 6 mana available. And I'm thinking, how do I block that Crowned Ceratok? Or even the 3/3 Frog Lizard and kill it. So I play out the Millennial Gargoyle that I just drew, and I don't extort, which should have been a huge clue to Jian that I have something in my hand that I want to cast for 2 mana. I'm pretty sure Jian picked up that stolen identity. He was sitting to my right and I was passing to him, and this is when he told me, thanks for solidifying me in Simic. Well, after the draft he told me that. So I was pretty sure. So here comes the stolen identities, and he puts it on the Crowned Ceratok and makes another 4/3 with trample. But fortunately, I block with the Gargoyle, Aerial Maneuver, gives it first strike. I take out the Ceratok. and deal with the stolen identities before he gets too much advantage from it. He passes the turn back. And Gift of Orzhova. I go in the tank for a while here trying to figure out, do I place on my creature? I got a Corpse Blockade, it looks like, and a Gift of Orzhova in my hand. I really don't want to put the Gift on my Corpse Blockade because it can't attack. And I'm thinking hard here. I guess the greater life gain is from the Millennial Gargoyle, but it already has flying. Do I just hang on to it? So I spent a lot of time in the tank just trying to decide what to do here. So I'll cut most of that out for you and come back after. Okay, I've decided to cast it. I've tapped the mana for it. Still not sure about this play. End up sticking it onto the Millennial Gargoyle that you'll see here. Thinking. Yeah, there goes the Gargoyle. Do not extort, because I want to play down the blockade as well, because it blocks that Frog Lizard and the Frilled Oculus fairly effectively. And I swing in the air for 5, gaining 3 life. It's me to 21 and him to 9. So he's got to deal with my team flyers pretty soon. He swings back, so I'll block the Frog Lizard. And it looks like I'm taking 4, 5, 6, 7. He plays out the 3/2 Blood Rush guy. I swing back for 5, puts him to 4. Cast out. Looks like the High Priest there, extort twice. Puts him at 2, so he's dead on board. And he realizes that, and let's move on to game 2. So game 1 goes to me. That was pretty good. Cut out a lot of the shuffling there for you. I had a pretty decent draw there. Fumbling my cards. Pick it up. I want to get land. Aerial maneuver. So this is 6 lands plus an aerial maneuver. Gee, should I mulligan that? Yeah, I think so. No playables. 6 lands. So anyway, cut all the shuffling out, down to 6 cards. And this looks a little better. I think I got an Orzhov Guildgate, a swamp there in my hand, maybe another swamp. And draw planes, so I'm all set for lands. Guildgate go. He leads off with Frilled Oculus. And I draw my High Priest, so I'll throw that down. This was probably a mistake. I should not have made that trade. Because now comes the flyer. Alright, let's be aggressive. Throw down the Deathcall Rogue that I just drew. And he comes again. Puts down a Gruul Charm. Or Gruul. Yeah, not the Charm. Key Rune. Swing for 2 unblockable. And drop Syndicate Enforcer. So I've got the Court Street Denizen, a swamp. He drops the Fathom Mage, swings for 3 in the air. Drops me to 14. I draw a Screecher, it looks like. So I got. Still can't make out the last card. Yeah, get in with the team, I'm not blocking anyway. See if he wanted to make a bad trade there. Oh, it wasn't even a trade. Drop the Screecher, extort one. He does a lot of thinking there, so I cut a bunch out for you. He's just trying to decide what order to do these things in. And I think here comes a Slaughterhorn. Evolves the Fathom Mage. Lets him draw a card. It's Corpse Blockade and Court Street then is sort of got in hand. In comes the Flyer. Evens it up at 12. I guess I could have blocked with a Screecher there. That probably would have been the right play. I needed to get his creatures on board. Another Slaughterhorn evolves. His Fathom Mage again. Don't know how he had the mana for that. Oh, Key Rune. There you go. So draw the Orzhov Charm here. This would have been a good opportunity to get rid of that Fathom Mage, which was giving him a lot of card advantage. But I get in there for 2 instead of keeping a blocker back. And then I cast Corpse Blockade, Extort twice. I played this game a little bit poorly. I think I made some. I think I'm like, well, because I'm winning on the life totals, I'm getting kind of aggressive, hoping I can just race him. But he's going to have much bigger creatures than me, given the colors he's in. And I should have seen here that a race is bad, and I should have made some advantageous trades when I could. So I think the Syndicate Enforcer should have got underneath the Scab Clan Charger. Basilica Screecher should have taken out the Krasis last turn. Though maybe he would have actually he had the Scab Clan Charger in hand, so he would have just pitched that, but still might have made the board position a little more tenable. So there's the Crown Ceratok, evolves Fathom Mage, draws him another card. Key Rune taps, plays Hands of Binding on my only flyer. Sticks that on his flyer, so 2 of my guys are not coming back next turn. This is going to be a pretty big swing. So now the Fathom Mage is a 4/4 with trample. 2 Slaughterhorns are each 3/2s. So I think the better, let's see, he attacks in for 4, 7, 10, 13. What do I decide to do? Stick the Corpse Blockade where? Stick it in front of that guy. And I don't block with the Syndicate Enforcer. So what I think would have been the better play would have been to put Syndicate Enforcer in front of one of those Chargers, the Corpse Blockade in front of the Fathom Mage, and sack the Death Cult Rogue to take out the Fathom Mage. And I would have been just looking back across it. Alright, sorry about that. The video's about to end, the battery of the camera dies. At this point, basically I just concede the game. He's probably got me on next turn, can't use the Orzhov Charm because it basically kills me, and there's nothing in my hand that's going to pull me out of this one. So we concede the game, it's 1-1, and we go on to game 3 just because I made some bad blocks. I'll try to get, I had to switch to the other camera. I'll get that posted up as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.